Good morning on this Friday, the 30th of December. This is a 28storms.com/cyclone update on Thane as it begins to make landfall over southeast India. The good news is that Thane has weakened slightly from a maximum intensity of 75 knots down to 60 knots just before landfall, and it also appears that the inner core of the storm is going to pass just to the south of Chennai. And here is the latest forecast from the India Meteorological Department. And the highest storm surge values are expected to be just to the south of Chennai and just to the north of Cuddalore. The latest shortwave infrared animation reveals that the center of circulation is beginning to make landfall just to the south of Chennai, as we can see the little circulation beginning to cross the coast, surrounded by some of the strongest convection. But the good news once again is that the latest enhanced infrared shows a slight decline in the overall cold cloud tops, which is an indication that the cyclone is beginning to weaken. More importantly, this is the latest radar picture from the India Meteorological Department, and we can still easily make out the center of Cyclone Thane. As of the latest update, it is just to the east of Cuddalore and Puducherry, and it looks as though the storm is going to be making landfall near and just toward the south of these two aforementioned towns, where we can still anticipate some very heavy rain and some extremely gusty conditions as we head later on into the morning hours. And as for Chennai, we can still anticipate some heavier rain and some gusty winds associated with the outer bands on the northern semicircle of the cyclone, but by far the strongest winds and heavy rains are going to be concentrated a little bit more toward the south near Puducherry and Cuddalore. But the risk of heavy rainfall will not persist just along the coastline. It's also going to extend further west over some of the inland communities over Tamil Nadu, especially in some of the more mountainous terrain as we work our way to the west. So the heavy rainfall and risk of isolated flooding will be the main concern over the next 24 to 48 hours. And finally, the cyclone is forecast to completely dissipate within the next 2 to 3 days as it continues to move westward across southern India, and it also begins to interact with more dry air and vertical wind shear. So thank you for viewing today's update, and please stay safe if you are a resident of southern India, and please keep it tuned to 28storms.com/cyclone for more cyclone related video updates.